Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Elliott Wave analysis for XRP. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you very much. Your support means everything. In this video today, we're going to be discussing again on whether this continuation or whether my stance has changed rather on if we're going to be seeing a new all-time high. And I still think that we are going to be creating a new all-time high, whether it's going to be soon or at a later stage. I think that we are very close to finishing what could be this corrective wave 4 on the minor degree here before we go for one more larger pullback and in anticipation for a larger wave 3 to the upside, which is going to be far more profitable in theory against this smaller degree wave 3 that we're currently observing. So again, we have been observing and talking about this overall larger triangle on the macro degree as we have here on the daily chart. Nothing new here. We had a massive breakout of this move here. As you can see from this BD trend line, a breakout above that usually confirms that you are in a bullish trend and continuing for a larger wave 5 that is now continuing from how this wave 4 terminated. Now, in my opinion, we have a very, very good look, not just from a breakout perspective, but from an Elliott Wave 5-way move of this minor degree here. And this wave 4 still seems like it is just hovering before it is ready to break out. And in my opinion, we might break this all-time high. And again, a lot of people are possibly going to be taking profits around the $4 to $5 region before we witness another pullback. But in my opinion, this pullback will determine everything on whether the bull market on a macro scale will be continuing to a new high. So what does that mean? Right now, fundamentally, not really going to go too deep into it. A lot of my previous videos have discussed the fundamental sides, especially who owns more XRP. From a country perspective, Korea, for example, South Korea owns around 16 to 17% of Ripple's market cap. That's a huge amount, and I don't think they're really ready to sell off just yet. I think that a lot of people right now are just still kind of in a skeptical mode right now on whether this all-time high is going to be breaking. But if we utilize the Elliott Wave Theory to our advantage, it does give us a very good cause and effect. And right now, I think we are in that effect stage where we're going to be looking for one more move to the upside to complete a very nice looking symmetrical 5-way move to the upside that will either end the bull market, and again, this pullback will determine everything, whether this will be turning into a 5-way move into a wave 1, or if this is going to be a smaller pullback, which is going to be an ABC to the downside. And if we're able to identify an ABC to the downside, this one too is most likely going to be in play, and a larger wave 3 is going to be in store for us. So nothing new here, ladies and gentlemen. I think that we're still looking for a massive breakout to the upside. Eventually, maybe in the few years down the road, we're going to see around $20 to $30, $40, $50. And again, there's going to be a lot of haters talking about the market cap not being able to be supporting how XRP is able to reach those prices. But again, I digress, and I think that's a very old and ancient argument that the market cap can't support it. We've seen XRP's market cap, I believe, from $30-40 million market cap up to $150 million market cap just on that move alone. It went from number 7, number 8 in the market cap all the way to number 3, beating even Tether USDT, and now it's just going back and forth between the 3rd and 4th and 5th spot, and it's trying to regain its status as the top cryptocurrency in terms of market cap and also in price. So nothing new here on the macro. Let's kind of zoom in and see where we're currently standing. I got a little bit more confidence to kind of explain here. Again, this is the last part of the triangle that we've been discussing. This is the ABC or the WXY that we've been looking for. Again, that's the final part of, or final leg of that wave 4 of that triangle of that subwave E. Again, that's where it terminated. And now we're looking at how this 5-wave move is going to be completing. So whether this is going to be the end of the bull market or whether this is just going to be that pullback, it's going to be determined on this move here, like I said. But for now, we have to shift our focus and talk about this move here because it is getting very close to what could be a triangle completion. And in my opinion, this triangle completion has a very, very good look into it as well. XRP loves triangles for some reason. And as you can see, we have very, very nice symmetrical looking triangle here, all divided in subwave 3s, as you can see here. Even with the completion of the subwave D, we talked about it when we were trading around these regions here. We were looking for anticipated pullback. And the beauty of the E wave of the subwave of this triangle is that it can truncate, meaning that it can fail, that it doesn't have to reach the trend line even before it breaks out. So this is the best opportunity, again, not financial advice, but from the theoretical approach of how subwave E functions within a triangle is that it can fail and doesn't have to meet that requirement of hitting that trend line. So the subwave E can end really any time if we are able to identify a three-way move on the micro time frame, which I do on my Discord and Patreon. So if you're interested in joining those membership groups, please don't hesitate to reach out in any of the links in the description below. But as you can see, it can really end anytime. It can end now even, and it can end even at the trend line. And even if it breaks the trend line, which is also a common characteristic, as long as it doesn't break the C wave, then it's still valid. All we have to do is just make sure that this level is validated in terms of staying above this subwave C. And if it does come up, then that's going to be our complete validation of how this triangle has played out on this current degree. So in my opinion, this last move to the upside, whether it is going to be measured via the post-triangle thrust measurement using the widest part of the triangle, our minimum targets are going to be around $3.50 all the way up to the $4 and $5 region, depending on how far this wave 5 wants to extend. But since wave 3 was quite extended already, our minimum expectation is going to be of a short wave 5. But again, wave 5s, you really don't know how they're going to play out, and those are usually the trickiest to trade. So yeah, that's how we're looking at the overall shorter time frame counts. And are we seeing any other confluence within the shorter time frames based on the daily, the 4-hour time frame, using possibly the simple moving averages? I like to use the 20, 100, and 20 moving averages because they usually converge with each other on all of the time frames. And as you can see, we have been just retesting the 20 moving average, and maybe in the next few days or weeks, this will kind of creep up for the 100 moving average, and we will find support on this level here, and then we can find a possible one more move to the upside before coming down, and then this will all converge, eventually finding support on the 200 moving average. And if it breaks below that, then it's going to show us a little bit of temporary bearish action, and that right there can give us a little bit more clue into whether this is the three-way pullback that we're looking for further high levels. And then we can use this level as a confluence for risk managing our positions on whether you've sold here or not, or whether you should be taking profits depending on where you're currently positioned. So that's how we're looking at it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too much to update. I think that we're going to be seeing a massive move to the upside regardless. And again, I'm happy to be wrong, and we could still be working in a WXY technically until we break this high here. Once we break the B subwave, that will be the ultimate confirmation, and then this, in my opinion, will be high probability that we're going to be breaking this regional high, and we're going to be looking for this fifth wave to conclude. So hopefully that was helpful, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I will see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Once again, if you're interested in joining the Patreon membership, the links are in the description below. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll see you guys in the next video with another Bitcoin update. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.